Okay, everybody, welcome back. So you should have a band of knitting, approximately 7 inches. It should, when you put it up against your cup, it doesn't have to go completely over and touch each other. That's okay if it doesn't, because you want a little give in it, a little stretch in it, and you will get that naturally from the stockinette stitch that you're knitting there. So what we're going to do is bind off, and then I'm going to show you how to put the two edges together and make the seam, so then it'll just slip on to your coffee mug like this and give you a nice huggy. You can make them bigger, you can make them smaller, it's up to you. This is a very very malleable project. But first thing we're going to learn is how to do that last row and do what's called binding off. Okay, so you're going to do what we call bind off in knit. So that means you're now looking at the front of your knitting. So you're looking at the knitted side. As you've been knitting, you're noticing like one side looks like this. That's your purl side. One side looks like little chevrons. That's your knitted side. So your knitted side's facing you, and you're going to knit 2 stitches. Alright, while you hold your knitting in your left hand, you're going to take the needle and you're going to pick up that first stitch that you knitted. Right, you're going to get it on the tip of your needle. You're going to pull it over the top of the second stitch, and then you're going to let it drop off. So all that's left is the second stitch. You're going to knit one more and drop off that first stitch by pulling it over the top and off the needle. So the second stitch is the one that's left. Here we go one more time. Knit a stitch and pull that first stitch over the top of the second stitch. Let it fall off. You're going to do that all the way down till you get to the very last one. Alright, almost there. There we go. Got 4 more. Keep doing that till you get to the very last stitch. Almost done here. Here we go. One last time. And pull that stitch over the top of the last stitch and let it drop off. Okay, so now you've got the very last stitch hanging off your needle, and you've got your yarn that's attached to your skein. Count yourself out about 6 inches of the yarn. Pair of scissors and cut it. Alright, now see the hole? That's the stitch right there. That's the stitch. It's your last stitch. You're going to take the end of the yarn, poke it through that little hole, and pull it tight. And guess what? That ties off your project. So that is a row of knitting there that's bound off. Now, for the purposes of demonstration, I didn't knit 7 inches, but I'm going to show you how to make a seam in knitting. The reason I told you to leave a little bit is because you're going to use this to put the two sides together. So now I get my tapestry needle, and I'm going to put the little bit of yarn I've got left over that's hanging off as a little extra bit through my tapestry needle, like that. And to make a seam in this knitting, you're going to pick up, see how you've got little bumps, little loops right there, all the way down. That's the edge of your knitting. So you're going to pick up a loop on the needle, go to the other side that you want to sew it to, pick up a loop over there, and just pull it through both of them. Then you're going to pull it tight, go to the next little chevron, little loop, do it again. Pick up one on one side, and pick up the other on the other side, and pull it through. And you're just doing a little whip stitch, but as you pull it tight, you can see that the two ends are coming together. And you're just going to go chevron by chevron. Each chevron is a knitted stitch, and pull them together all the way down. And you can see this part needs to be brought together. This part is forming a seam right there. When you get to the very bottom, to the last little bit, you're going to pretend this is my bottom part right there. I'm going to take this, and the great thing about yarn is it wants to mesh. It wants to hold on to each other, and you've got a certain degree of tension in the stitches, so you don't have to tie a knot, pull it, and everything, kind of make a big knot. You can just weave that end in. So I'm going to just go up the side and take my tapestry needle and catch stitches all the way up. Just a couple, 2, 3, that's all you need, and pull it through, and that is good enough. It will hold the stitches from now to the end of eternity. It wants to hold on to them, and that's all you need to do. You can just snip off your yarn right there, and it'll be fine. That little tail that's left from where you cast on, take it, put it through your tapestry needle, and do the same thing. Right? Catch a few stitches. There's one. There's 2. Let's go for 3 to make it nice and secure. There we go. Oop, dropped the yarn. Let's put that back there. Give it one more. Here we go. One more time, just to show you. Like that. Here we go. Pull it on through, and look at that. And it will remain from now until the end of time. I can take my scissors and just snip off the yarn right there. And it's fine. It will not unravel. It'll be there from now forever. All right, so once you do that, you should have a seam that looks like this. And then you just slide it onto your cup. Maybe you want to add to this. Maybe you want to take your tapestry needle, take a contrasting color, and you want to do a little embroidery on it. You can totally do that. Just catch it through your tapestry needle, and then, you know, maybe I want to put an initial. I'm just going to catch stitches all the way up, pull it through, and then you'll have where you can put somebody's initial, you know. You can do little X's, you can do however you want to do it. You can embroider, you know, let's say they're a Bama fan. You could do have the cup, have the yarn in crimson, and come in and do a seraphe or something like that. It's really just your imagination. And then once you do that, you've got a great little gift for your friend, and it's an easy project you can knock out very quickly. These make great gifts, and I hope you enjoy it. Please, with the instructions, there's going to be an email address. If you would, send us pictures of your completed projects. We'd love to see them. We may even put a few up on social media, and let us know what you think of the project and any questions you might have about it. Thank you.